Uh,
All right, sweet. All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are all having a awesome night tonight. By the way, thank you all for coming out this beautiful December day. I don't know, not a lot of snow on the ground, but anyway, thank you guys so much. Just want to express my sincerest gratitude. Myself, Mr. D, Miss S, and Gabriella, we want to express our gratitude all to you guys for all of your support throughout the year and also your contributions. So yeah, again, thank you guys so much. It really means the world to us. I'm gonna hand this over now to Mr. D and Miss S.
Thank you. She said like a jack in the box. We're getting that up and ready. Can we just give a big round of applause to Mr. Ackrell, please? Listen, he took the words right out of my mouth when he said, "Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it." This Christmas party, our summer barbecues, all of these big community events that we do for Champion are really special to us. They are the community. It's the heart of what we are and who we are, and that's all of you guys. So honestly, we can't do any of this stuff. We can't teach the classes. We can't go to the tournaments. We can't host seminars. We can't do cool things like this if it wasn't for all of you. So give yourselves a big round of applause too. Thank you guys. Oh, louder than that. A little louder. All right, so before we kind of get into the core of the ceremony here, I like to do a little reflection of the year. 2024, just like any other year, has been a busy year for everybody. And we'd like to do a little, you can tell I'm a professional. They gave me a clicker. You know you've made it. So, I'm used to just yelling too, but I have to hold this up. So, wait. My clicker's not working. Wait. Oh, I turned it off. Nope. Maybe I'm too far away. Am I too far away? You know what? We're going to try to do this without the clicker. I've got a real professional back there actually running the show, and I think we'll just try to click it that way. So a little look back at this year here. We did our Alberta Provincials. We had our Summer Passport Challenge, our Summer Barbecue, of course, our Western Canadian Championships. We did the Kickathon, and there's a bunch of other little events in there as well. If we go ahead and move on to the next slide. Let's start with the 2024 Provincials. This was held in Calgary. Champion brought the largest delegation to this event. This was the second tournament in a 3-part series. So if you're planning on going to the third part, the final part, it happens in early April 5th. It'll be in Calgary as well. And by a 3-part series, I mean they've been doing a medal series where each time you go to the event, the medals actually combine to spell out a secret word that none of you will guess. It's Taekwondo. So This one here, again, I can't remember how many we brought to this one. I want to say it was like, was it over 100 to that one? It was quite a bit. It was a lot. But it was that was a really good one there. Can we click to the next slide? We're going to see if we can get them. Oh, who went to this tournament, or who went to that tournament from this group here? Raise your hands. Cool. Good, good, good. All right, let's go ahead and click to the next one. Next up, we had our women's Misogi. Miss S, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, back in March, it was kind of centered around International Women's Day. And what a Misogi is traditionally, it just means like a spiritual cleansing. We created this environment we had about 24 women that came together and did this. So I put them through lots of physical challenges. Miss Joyce was there, Miss Nanda was there. And yeah, it was just a really unique space that we created that day. And we just did a lot of personal growth work and put ourselves through some hard things. So it was a really great day. How many of you here came to the Misogi? Just put your hand. Yeah, woo. Miss Gabriella did it as well. Congratulations, you guys. And we had lots of other women from Southern Alberta join us that day. It was awesome.
Next. Go ahead, click to the next one. Next up, we had probably my favorite summer event we've done, our Summer Passport Challenge. Now, this one here was a summer-filled challenge series where we had the passports. Who did the passport series? The passport challenges. It was really fun. This one here was one of my favorites, just mostly because of the community growth it built up. We had everything from people doing community cleanups to our black belt fitness test, where a ton of I think we had over 50 people come out to support the 302 black belt fitness test that we had later on in July. Was it June or July you guys tested? July. So it was one of my favorite summer events we've done, and just so much participation from everybody. Go ahead to the next one. And look at some of those pictures. People making dinners, hiking, getting outdoors, and just spending a lot of good quality family time. Next up, we had our black belt testing. This was our 8th class, so there was 5 people who tested at this one here. This was our very first father-daughter black belts who tested together. That was pretty cool. Where are they? What's that? Can you guys, whoever tested at that test, can you guys come up here for a second? Just those two, Mr. A. And the other one moved away, so unfortunately, but she's here in spirit. Give them a little round of applause. Aren't they just the best? Charlotte? Thanks, guys. You guys can have a seat if you guys like. All right, let's go ahead to the next one, please. Aww. And go ahead to the next one, please. Next up, we had our summer barbecue, and if you came to that, you may have also come to our wedding. Took us 10 years to do. Every year we do our summer barbecue, and we rent out the Pavan Park. And this year here, we kind of said, you know, we've always talked about getting married. We rent this entire thing, we have it all day, and we have our barbecue in the evening. Why don't we get married in the afternoon? And we decided to invite everybody out. So if you guys came to our wedding, thank you guys so much. It really was special to us that you guys were able to be there. I even almost cried. I almost cried.
But on the barbecue side, we had a lot of fun that day. We had the face painters there. We had Alexis Beck. I don't know if you're here, but you were there with your shaved ice thing. So the barbecue is always a lot of fun for us. And just thank you guys for coming to the barbecue.
Perfect. Next up, we had our kickathon back at the end of November 26th. Champion, we raised, was it $13,000? Did we do over 20,000 kicks? I guessed that number because I couldn't remember what you guys told me. 30,000 kicks and $13,000. This one here is our big annual fundraiser for the Salvation Army and the Toys for Tots drive. If you guys know anything about that organization, it really means a lot to me. I just think just because we deal with so many kids and being able to contribute that way, and again, just because of the community of people like you who come out to support something like that is really special to us. We can go ahead and skip. Last up, we had our 2024 Westerns. This one was just 3 weeks ago in Calgary. This one here, our school took second place overall, and we had about 35. Who went to that tournament there 3 weeks ago? Good job, you guys. Well done. Give them a big round of applause. Next up, there are some of the pictures, of course. Awesome day. I always love competitions just because it is, the classes is where we get to do the practice, and then the tournaments are where we get to play the game. And you learn a lot about yourself going to a tournament. You learn how you deal with pressure, how you deal with anxiety, stress, fear, all completely normal, natural things that you're all going to go through. And tournaments, when you put yourself into that position on purpose, you really learn how to handle yourself. So if you haven't gone to a tournament yet, I highly suggest you guys take advantage of the one coming up in April 5th in Calgary. That this will be the third part. If you guys can go to that one, I suggest you go. Next up. A few just other notable nights. Of course, we had a bunch of parents' night outs. We had our moms on the mat, dads in the dojang. We did the Whoop Up Day parades. We had the trunk or treat. We did some movie nights. And I'm sure I'm missing a few other events, so like belt graduations and all of those things. So thank you guys for coming out to all of those. Next slide, please. Oh, I forgot about this one. I'm so sorry, but this is one of my favorite ones here. If you guys know me, I've done it already. I've already lost my phone. I misplace it all the time, and it's just become this thing where everybody starts stealing my phone, and they started taking selfies with it. So I would get onto my phone, and all of a sudden there'd be a stack of pictures from the classes the night before or from the week before of just people taking pictures, your kids included. Don't think it's just these clowns over here. It's all of them, just right from the littlest ones all the way up. So if we go ahead and click over, and if you guys don't think I don't do something with them, yes, trust me, I'm going to embarrass a few of you. Go ahead, click over to the next one. Yep. And go ahead to the next one. Maybe one more. Oh, listen. Again, if you steal my phone and you take a selfie with it, it's totally fine, but just understand it will end up there. All right, guys, before we get on to the actual awards ceremony, I just want to take a moment to just kind of acknowledge all the classes here. Can I get all just the little champs and beginners to stand up for a second? If you're in the little champs and the beginners, can you guys stand up? Give yourself a little wave. All of you guys in the little champs and beginners understand that we all started there too. You guys are just beginning your journey. It's just starting. And it's such an exciting one. And every time we see some of you guys come in and we see you guys move up along the way, it gets us so excited because we've been there before. And watching you guys go through everything, it's so exciting for us. So thank you guys so much, and keep pushing through. Keep pushing through because you guys are doing awesome. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. Can I get all the level 1s and 2s to stand up, please? I really have nothing special to say to you guys. I'm just joking. Hey guys, again, This is a part here, 1s and 2s. This is where you guys are gonna start going through those hurdles. You're gonna feel the moments where you're like, oh man, I don't wanna go. I feel like I've done this kick already 1,000 times. Guess what? You're gonna do it 1,000 more times. And that's how you're gonna get really, really good. That's how you'll improve, okay? Go ahead, you guys can have a seat. Level 3s and 4s, can you guys all stand up, please? Oh boy. You guys are getting up there. This is a tough spot. These are the hardest moments right there, 3s and 4s. Can I get all the people who are in either black belt prep or black belts to stand up, please? Oh, right up there. If you notice the trend that happens, there was a lot more people that stood up at the beginner ones, and it started dwindling down until we got to the black belts. Because it doesn't get any easier. And only it's like 1% of the people who actually start in martial arts actually get to their black belt. I don't know if the exact stat it is, but it's something crazy, like 1 in 10,000. So that's probably less than 1%, I'm sure. I don't do math very well except for plussing and minusing. But it's not easy. And all of you are going to want to quit at some point. So keep going and be one of the 1%. All right. So, are we ready for the awards? All right, good. Mrs. I think you're doing the very first one. I'm going to give a little, you're doing the very first one. All right, so this tradition started actually back with my dad and his school. So my dad started a school when I was 15 years old, and he started doing these awards ceremonies at the very last event of the year. And it was just a great way to acknowledge a few of the people who worked really, really hard over the year and just kind of highlight their hard work and award them with some plaques and trophies and celebration that we can all enjoy in. So I wanted to carry that tradition on, so we started doing that when we opened. So Miss S is going to be doing our very first award. Can we click to the next slide, please?
I didn't want the slideshow to ruin the surprise. All right, so the award that I'm presenting is the Spirit Award, and we chose 2 people to receive this award this year. These 2 people, they do a lot for Champion, and they do it because they love the community that's been built here. They go above and beyond in more ways than you can imagine, and I just can't actually imagine Champion without them. So, better luck next year. So first up, I want to recognize Gabriella Parker. Gabriella joined our admin team over 2 years ago, and she has just grown tremendously and just done a lot for our school, and we appreciate you, we love you, and thank you for all that you do. One more round of applause for Gabriella. This next one is from Mums Club, and I have to say, Mums Club, maybe we didn't get Mums Club to stand up, so Mums Club, can you stand up right now? Mums Club has been running for a few years now, and I started Mums Club, I think selfishly, because I was a mom and I wanted to connect with other moms. So I said, hey, let's start a Mums Club, and these other moms came trickling in, and they're like, we'll be part of the Mums Club. I'm like, sweet. And now here we are 3 years later, and we've just formed a tremendous bond between the moms of us. And to all the moms that are not in Moms Club, in spirit, you're there with us because we know how hard the motherhood is and how rewarding it can be at the same time. But we've just created this cool bond that we get to work towards our black belts together. But one mom I really want to recognize today is Holly. Holly does so much for our school. Honestly, I can really count on Holly for anything and everything. Even when we got here today and we were setting up for everything today, I was like, shoot, we didn't think of tablecloths. So the first person I text is Holly. I'm like, Holly, we need tablecloths. And she's like, no problem. She shows up with all of them. So Holly, thank you for all that you do for our school, in our classes, at the dojang, for all of the events. You just really pitch in so much, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Doesn't Miss S look nice tonight? I get to do that because I'm up here and I have a microphone. Your dress is on backwards? All right, let's go to the next one, please. All right, so listen, this one's a tough one because I feel like, honestly, we're all improving. Like, when I watch each person and I hear from the rest of the coaching staff and everything, I just hear, like, this person's improving, and we just try to narrow it down to some people who, over the year, have just made leaps and bounds, mentally, emotionally, physically, in their Taekwondo training, maybe just in their personal development, maybe as a coach, maybe as a leader, maybe as a child at home with mom and dad, maybe as a parent, maybe as a husband, maybe as a wife. We don't know. We hear all this kind of stuff from you guys, and we like to try to take all of that in. And so we have a few people who have just really excelled this year, and I would like to bring up the following people. Can I bring up Charlotte Nakatani, Kenneth Galtz, and Amber Klimek. I really just want to point out here, Kenneth, did you go to your first tournaments this year? Was it the first one? And the first one, I wasn't able to go. That was his first one, right? Only once. So we had a tournament in Regina. It wasn't obviously it wasn't a big attended one, but they wanted to go. You have family there, right? And so you guys said, well, we're going to go visit family and go compete. And I said, I'm sorry, like, I'm not able to make it. And Mr. Hacker, we didn't have any coaches. And they went, that's okay, we'll figure it out. So we found some people to do some coaching and help you guys out. But Kenneth, like, to go and do that, dude, that was really, really brave of you. And I'm just really amazed by how you were able to go and do that. And then you guys went and did the Alberta, the provincials, or sorry, the Westerns, just a few weeks after that. So good job, dude. I'm really, really proud of you. Nice job. Good job, buddy. Keep up the good work, dude. And you other two are okay, too. I'm just joking. Listen, you probably recognize these two as our coaching team here. Miss Nakatani actually started when she was 4 years old in Little Champs. 4 or 5? 4 years old when she was in Little Champs. She was so cute back then. And just watching her now, she was the one, she came and tested with her dad in July, and she just crushed it. And Amber, of course, as you guys know, she teaches a lot of the level 1 classes, and watching her go from being intimidated to bow a class in to leading classes is something that I think is one of my favorite parts about Taekwondo, is just watching people grow personally, emotionally, and physically, all of that stuff, and just seeing them take on new challenges. So good job, you guys. Can we go to the next slide, please? Leader. All right. All right, so this one here is our Junior Leader Awards. And this one here we're giving to a few people who have either started teaching at our school and just watching them grow. I just know already when I watch them, they're not just going to be good assistant coaches. They're actually going to be some really good coaches that we're going to have to be role models for your kids. Way more of a role model than I was at their age. So you guys are very lucky. I would like to bring up Miss Joyce Stannard. And the other one wasn't able to make it, but if you guys also know Callie, she also as well too, so. Miss Stannard started, again, also in our Little Champs classes as well, and she was one of our first students when we first moved down here and opened up. She was one of our first Little Champs. Her dad and Miss S they know each other from Taekwondo in Mr. Murphy's days. So he contacted us, and we said we were moving down, and they put Miss Stannard in, and little Joyce, again, she used to be so cute. And, well, here she is now, black belt, teaching classes, and just rocking it. Good job. Can we go to the next one?
Oh, sorry. I got lost on the sheet. I found it. We're good to go. Okay, so next spirit is Indomitable Spirit for the next award. These are awarded to those that have pushed through challenges with determination, and they just have that never give up kind of attitude. These recipients inspire others by showing resilience in the number of challenges that they face. Now, I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight of how we come up with the winners for this award. So we as a coaching team, we meet. Sometimes it's a little bit hard because the coaches are on the team, so we kind of have to have like side conversations without the certain coaches in the room. But we all talk about who has demonstrated some of these things that we're looking for, and so that's kind of how we come up with the winners of these awards. So I'd like to award these to Mr. Nathan Benny. Mr. Benet. We call him Mr. Benet. We've been calling him the wrong name for his entire life at Champion Taekwondo, so we're not stopping now. Anyway, you have just shown great resilience as well. There's just been times where I see you walking to the dojang and you get there because you don't want to miss class or you don't want to miss what we're doing. So just thank you for your dedication to Champion. And the other recipient of this award is Amber Schumer. Did I say it right? Shermer. I got it. There you go. Congratulations. And actually, Miss Greeno was the one that really nominated you for this award. She just said that there's so many things that you've overcome, and you work really hard in class, and you're always courteous in class. So Amber, thanks for being such a good example, especially to our younger kids in class, okay? Thank you, and congratulations.
All right, next one. So this one here, by the way, his name is Benny. Oh, geez, Benny. I called him Nathan Benet forever since he started. And on his black belt test, I said, congratulations, Mr. Benet. And then somebody overheard and they were like, oh, it's Benny. And I was like, since when? They're like, since always. And I was like, I've been saying his name wrong the entire time I knew him. And I was like, why didn't you guys correct me? And they were like, well, we just liked the way you said it, so they just never bothered. Miss Scotland, I'm like, anyway, moving on to Athlete of the Year. This one here, we took into consideration a person's medal standings, but it wasn't just medal standings. It was also just how they perform, how they listen to coaching, how they perform leading up to an event, how they work with the other competitors in their division, and they just really have a lot of sportsmanship. And I'd really like to bring up this year here, Miss Frida.
Thank you. Muchas gracias a mi mamá y mi papá para siempre apoyarme, para llevarme a mis torneos, para llevarme a clase. Muchas gracias a Mr. D and Miss S for... Do I continue in Spanish? Para apoyarme en todo. And like, I really thank Miss Scotland too for believing in me a lot. So, I don't know, I can't see her.
Frida, I love watching you compete. Not only just like watching you compete is so much fun because you just have so much fun in the ring, but you're a good example to also a lot of young athletes out there when they watch a person interact with the other people, and also just how focused and disciplined you are when you're off to the side. It's really, really fun to coach you and everything, so great job. Good job. Next, please. Miss S.
All right, our next award is our Young Achiever Award. And this award goes to maybe an athlete that's just been working really hard, and we see that they set a lot of goals and they put in the determination and the dedication to achieve those goals. And it's really nice to see that kind of discipline in a young athlete. So we wanted to recognize Ashton Alvarado.
Next slide. Good job, Ashton. All right. This one here, I've never met an individual like this who smiles when they are training, when we are in suffering mode, when we're doing push-ups galore, when they're sparring and getting punched in the face, kicked in the face. When they're doing the punching and kicking in the face, they're always smiling. And when he punches you in the face and he's smiling, it's almost annoying. But it's so much fun to watch because I just love watching people enjoy themselves so much. We had a few different award titles for this one here, but Smiling Warrior just sort of fit it because not only does he just smile when he's like in the thick of things, he's also a warrior. He is a little beast. I'd like to bring up Ashton Jansen. When I was looking for pictures for you, dude, every single one of them, seriously, just like big smiles. So it was really like perfect, dude. Really, really awesome. Do you have anything to say?
Thank you, Mr. D.
But watching Ryder and Ashton spar and throw down, and then just them laughing afterwards, and I'm like, one of you's bleeding. And they're like, oh, we know. I'm like, jeez. I know I'm not sounding very promotional of like how great Taekwondo is, but it's really good time. You really learn to love a person when you've, made them bleed their own blood. Can we get to the next? Oh, okay. So this one here, this individual here is just always, when they come in, the first thing this person does, shakes my hand, looks me in the eye and goes, how was your day? I have to ask him how his day was second. I usually am the first one to ask. He is the first one to look at me. He goes, how was your day, sir? Big handshake, eye-to-eye contact, and it's just really, really cool. He's just such an amazing young man. The character of this person, I can't wait to just watch him become this young man, because he's going to be a good role model for like other boys out there. So I'd really like to bring up Max. Maximus Magnell. Max a billion, Max a trillion, Max a quintillion. My man. Not only that, but at one of the tournament prep classes, I said, we need a playlist for this thing. He goes, I got you. The next day, he had a playlist of 50, 60 songs, like 45 songs. What were some of the bands in the songs?
There was like Motley Crue. There was, what else was there?
AC/DC.
See,
Some Metallica. I even had to back off on some of it because it was just like, he was ready to go. But it was really good. The big thing about it was, he goes, I got you. And the next day, he had this whole list made up for me. So really awesome, buddy.
The next one is the ultimate example. So this one is for recognizing someone who consistently does the right thing, even when no one's watching, or just goes that extra mile, even when no one's paying attention. And this person leads through example through his dedication to training, but just through his everyday actions and interactions with others. So our ultimate example goes to Levi Wobick. Thanks for being such a great example to our younger students, okay?
All right, next one, please. This one here, sometimes it's really tough, right? Like you go through these things and sometimes it's a struggle. And learning the moves isn't always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes we've got two left feet and we're trying to figure things out and coordination is off, but some people just keep going. And they have dedication, they have commitment, they just don't stop, no matter how difficult it gets. But not only that, they do it with a smile. They do it with like still some gratitude, not only just for their coaches, but the other people on the floor, because they know that they're also helping them get better. And so for this one here, for our courtesy and commitment, I'd like to bring up Batman! William. He knew who it was. We were doing a special class for Halloween, and he came dressed up as Batman. And not a joke, the entire class, this is when he was way younger. Again, just cuter then. But he's like 5 years old, and Miss S goes, "And who are you?" And he goes, "I'm Batman." The entire class, he didn't get out of character. Next one, please. You haven't even started yet. Miss S.
All right, the next award is for perseverance. Now, Mr. D talked about how it's not easy to get a black belt, and he talked about how only like 1 in 10,000 people that start martial arts actually reach their black belt. And so once we get up into like the end of level 3 and level 4, and now we're starting to work our way towards black belt, it can get really hard, okay? The training gets hard, but more than anything, it's like the mental preparation that gets hard. And so we wanted to recognize these two that are both in level 4, and they just do the things. They come in every day, every class, and they work really hard. And sometimes that can get overlooked because maybe they're not competitors, maybe, or maybe they just do just the regular things. And that's worth recognition as well, because it's that dedication and that discipline that is gonna get them to earn a black belt one day. So I really wanna recognize Jordan Lelick and Riley Wheeler. So these two girls, they both just passed their belt test, so they are both black belt preppers. And I know what it takes to get a black belt, and your dedication to coming in and training hard every day and keeping your positive attitude, that's what's gonna get you to black belt very soon, okay? So keep it up.
We have 2 more awards and then some door prizes. I'm going to treat you guys afterwards, okay? I promise. All right, next up, we've got our dynamic duo. And man alive, when I think of these two here, and if you've ever sparred them, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. These two are vicious. They are like, they've got heart, they've got drive, they work hard, but they're also tough as nails. I have never seen somebody get hit and just keep pushing forward. And they're not big, they're little, but they're just feisty. And again, I think it's all heart. Like, yes, they're talented as well, but they've got the biggest hearts I've ever seen when they spar. Whenever they compete, they're just so dedicated and focused. And if you look at them, they look like they're gonna rip your face off, but in just the nicest way ever. You're almost like, go ahead, like, please do, like, man alive, because they're also fun to watch as well. And I'd really like to bring up Natasha and Alyssa Pimpong. They are sisters, and this is the other one. Natasha, 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 Natasha. All right, can we go to this one? Okay, so this is the final one. This is the big one. When we think of this one, we think of all of the past awards. We think of this individual trying to encompass everything. They're dedicated not just to their personal training, but they're also dedicated to all of you in here. And I met this person along 8 years ago when his kids started. And then we got to know each other a little bit. And then they started. And then their other kids started. But not only did he start, then he started to just be like getting involved. He started helping out at belt grads. He started helping out at any events, barbecues. And then he started teaching. He started doing the intros. And this person here has so much love for all of you in here. He loves you guys more than I do, to be totally honest with you guys. It's not true, but he has so much dedication to all of you. He cares for your kids more than you'll ever know. And not only is he an awesome martial artist, not only is he an awesome role model for all of us in here, but he's also one of my best friends. And I'd really like to bring up Mr. Mike Nakatani. I said one of. I have many. You don't just have to be a friend of mine to get an award, by the way. He's just awesome. If you guys know him, for real, all of you guys here who know him and he handles a lot of the classes, is he not just an awesome guy?
I'm not going to say anything in Spanish.
Japanese.
Konbanwa. Konnichiwa. Yeah, that's a good one. Sushi. Yeah, I'm so honored to have this. If you guys see me at the club, like you may see me yelling at the kids every once in a while, but it's just because I want them to do the best that they can. Sometimes they need a little push. I know my kids do. I really want to see all your kids succeed. I want to see everybody in here get a black belt. And even if you're not training right now, parents too, I would love to see you guys get a black belt as well. And yeah, if you join, I'll help you guys along the way. And because I love to do it. I actually hate my day job. But
Working on that.
yeah, so but when I come into the club, it's like, I feel like the best version of myself, and I thank everybody here for letting me be that person. So, thank you.
No, and thank you for your dedication to everybody here. Thank you to the dedication to the parents, the kids, all of us. Honestly, I don't know what this place would be without you. So thank you. Thank you. You can hang out if you like. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for the awards ceremony. Give everybody a big round of applause. Before I hand off the mic to Mr. Ackrell and Miss Gabriella, I just want to say from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you guys so much for this year. We couldn't do it with all of you guys, or without you guys, sorry. And we're eternally grateful just to be able to have a community like this. Because, to be honest, I really didn't have any friends growing up. So, joking. That was pretty popular.
I just wanted to say, as we went through and we're trying to figure out who to award the awards to, it is so hard because Champion is filled with so many amazing people. So if you're one of those people sitting in the seats that did not get an award today, you're amazing. And we have created this environment for all of us to thrive. And I promise you, if you keep putting in the work, your turn on the stage is going to be there, whether that's for an award or your black belt, or maybe you go to a tournament. It's all just waiting for you. So keep going. Thank you guys so much, because it was so hard to pick who to recognize, and I just think you guys are all really amazing. So thank you.
Lastly, I can't do any of this. Listen, I thank you guys for all the thanks that I get. Like you guys come up and thank me for stuff. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of lost without these people here. I don't know how to use a calendar really. I hate doing a lot of stuff, and they're the ones who put all of this stuff on. So honestly, this night would not happen if it wasn't for these people here. So Miss S, Mr. Ackrell, Miss Gabriella, thank you guys. From all of us and me, especially. They don't get enough thanks, so don't come thank me at the end. Come and thank these ones. You can thank me too, because I also love it as well. It helps my ego. All right, before we do the door prizes, don't forget, you guys can stay as long as you like and mingle and hang out, get some hot chocolate, water, all of that stuff. But get your blue tickets out, because we're going to do the door prizes now. Oh, and your belts and certificates. Before you leave tonight, take those. Go get them so they're ready to go for the new year. All right, guys. Where's that box? All right.